Again, $1.7 billion wrecked. Liquidations left, right, and center. Is this a scary pullback? Or is this your final chance to grab some of your favorite altcoins here on the cheap? I'm going to break down exactly what we're seeing on this market, because as you can see, yesterday was a really, really painful day. 1.55 billions of longs wrecked, 150 millions of shorts wrecked as the price of Bitcoin fell to the downside. Since we've seen a little bit of a recovery, we talk about that as well, but altcoins particularly here are getting smashed. We're also going to talk about the important CPI reading which is coming up and what I expect from Jerome Powell and the Fed officials and how that can affect your crypto holdings. If you like this type of content, please don't forget to smash up the likes. Please don't forget to subscribe. It really does support the channel, guys. I only make this content for the community of you guys out there who want this type of research, who want my opinion, who want my analysis on the charts. If you appreciate it, you've got to smash up the likes, guys. Really does support me. So, Bitcoin here. Painful day yesterday, right? 3.8% down. Now, that might not sound like a lot to you guys. But you've got to remember, as Bitcoin's market cap grows and grows and grows, a 3% hit here on Bitcoin, let alone a 4% like we almost got yesterday, can really take its toll, right? This is a maturing asset class. It's a multi-trillion-dollar project. You've got spot ETFs, you've got institutions, and you've got plenty of retail investors. You've also got a new flock of retail investors that have just recently come into crypto. And guess what they do when they see a red day? They panic, right? And a lot of those people are taking leverage. They are the ones that then fuel this $1.75 billion of liquidation risk. Now, it's important to understand liquidations, because when you get liquidations, there's something known as like a domino effect, or you can call it like a cascading effect. You only need to move the spot price a few percent in order for everybody else's stop losses to get hit. And if everybody else's stop loss gets hit, they get liquidated, and it creates a domino price where the price goes down further, hitting the next set of stop losses, and you continue like that. So you end up getting an exacerbated move where maybe the price only moved 1% in reality, but because of the domino effects of everybody else's stop losses of all those leverage positions, you end up getting a 3.8% down day on Bitcoin until people are ready to step in and buy the dip. And we can see the key level that people were willing to do that for Bitcoin. Now, in terms of the dump, I mean, we did see that altcoins got an unfair shake, right? I mean, you saw Bitcoin dominance yesterday, huge climb. This is an unusual candle for Bitcoin dominance. You can see the other daily candles next to it. This is a big spiking green candle for dominance, despite Bitcoin having a red day, which basically means that when Bitcoin fell, people fled out their altcoins / got stop lossed on a lot of their altcoin trades at a much higher rate, okay? So you're seeing that altcoins are getting some of that risk off movement much more than Bitcoin, which makes complete sense, right? People who are holding Bitcoin, they're far less likely to be scared about a 3% dip, but when you're seeing some of your favorite altcoins tumbling, it hurts a lot more, right? If you're holding Pepe and you're down 10% today, yesterday was even worse before it recovered, then that's gonna hurt, right? I mean, Ethereum yesterday dropped 7%, today continued to drop another 2%. So you are seeing a little bit of a bleed and a little bit of pullback. And I guess the question you guys want to hear the answer to is, should we be worried? And as somebody who's been through multiple cycles, my answer to you guys is no. Absolutely not. If you look at the stance of Bitcoin here, and I always lead with Bitcoin, even though I know a lot of people are going to be talking about altcoins, because it's important to know where Bitcoin is going. If we know where Bitcoin is going, it sets us up for a better chance of predicting where the altcoins are going to go, because they just lag Bitcoin. So if we take a look here at this move here, what is this? This is an upward trend. Now the trend has slowed down. It's not as steep as this bit here. It's not even as steep as this bit here, but it's a good upward trend. It's a nice movement here. So despite the last two red candles, what have we got to be worried here? Nothing. Bitcoin is slowing down. Yes, that's understood after having crazy performance. I mean, if I jump up to the weekly chart here on Bitcoin, what do you guys notice? I mean, let's just move some of these lines. This week here, up 17%. Then you were up 11%. Then you were up 9%. Then you were barely flat. I mean, yes, it did wick down and liquidate a bunch of people, which is perfectly normal. We called that in these videos. But by the end of the week, you're pretty much flat. Then last week was up 4%. And now this week, with many days left to go, 5 days left to go, we're down 4%, with a high chance that by the end of the week, we're back at some of those levels again, with the dip being bought. So am I panicking right now? Absolutely not. Is this a full pullback? Absolutely not. I mean, put this into perspective. If that's how the market reacted to Bitcoin falling a little bit there, right, over the last kind of couple of days, and I say a little bit because I'm going to show you why, how do you think the market's going to react if from the highs, Bitcoin wanted to go retest the previous all-time high around that 73.7K and give you a 29 to 30% pullback? Remember, 20 to 30% is a real correction. Right? Anybody who's been in crypto for a while knows that, what we're seeing here is nothing. It's a red day. Red days are nice to buy, right? When you see those fearful, painful days when nobody wants to buy, those are good times to buy your favorite altcoins. And if you guys bought the dip yesterday / maybe this morning as well, good. That's good psychology that you're able to do that when other people are fearful. But again, I remind you, a proper pullback is that, what I'm showing you on screen. Even if it wants to go halfway here, 20%, that's a proper pullback. That's where I want to be buying, right? If we get those kind of pullbacks, my wallet's coming out, I need to go shopping, right? That's the rule I've set myself. I need to go shopping. And if I bring out the EMA ribbon, you'll notice, look at that. Where's that line? Let's bring out my measurement again. Where's that line? The EMA ribbon starts to come in and support around 25% pullback, which is a proper correction. So if we come into that EMA ribbon, i.e. mean reverting, coming back to the average price, right, which is what the EMA ribbon is, it's just the moving average. That's where I want to be buying. Those are statistically, for me, the best buys, okay? Now, am I going to chase it all the way up here? No, not necessarily. I'm happy to nibble. I'm not throwing big wads of cash at this elevated price point. There's too much downside risk here. Yes, there's upside benefit. Yes, Bitcoin can go to 110 from here. I understand. But do I want to trade up to 110 with the risk that we can fall to 73, 74K? The risk to reward doesn't stack up for me there. Okay, I'd much rather be buying at 73, even up to 80, and trying to get that 80K Bitcoin, riding that Bitcoin up to 110, 120, 130, and beyond. Okay, that's where the risk reward dynamics stack up for me. I'm not chasing these candles. Hopefully that makes a lot of sense. Now, there's a few other things I wanted to bring out to your guys' attention in terms of this pullback and whether we should be shocked and is it against the script. It's not against the script whatsoever. We spoke about my Fibonacci extension levels, right? And when we were consolidating here, the first price target I gave was 89. We blasted through it. The second one I gave was 97. And it's no surprise that we're hovering around this 97 mark. Let's bring it down to daily candles. This is the area we're consolidating in. We're struggling beyond that 97K roughly level. And the next level, the Fibonacci extension, the 1.618 level, is 110. Now, maybe it wants to cool down. Maybe it wants to arch around here, come retest, and then go mount another attack. That's perfectly healthy and actually really, really bullish. The more difficult way of this doing it, which is also still realistic, is coming down here, retesting previous all-time highs, then mounting another attack, taking some time, and then working its way towards 110, right? So either way, however I look at this is healthy. This flushed out a bunch of liquidations. It flushed out all that leverage in the system. It got rid of some of that greed. And guess what? We're still greedy, right? Sphere and greed index is still, as of today, sat at 78. This market is all about crypto right now. Remember when I told you that, in the bear market, we used to speak about the fact that we'll know when the bull market is here? Right? Because there's just going to be greed after greed after greed, and your Uber driver is going to ask you about Bitcoin, your barber's going to ask you about Bitcoin, every single person, every single office, if you even barely mention that you hold crypto or know anything about crypto, just bombarding you with questions. A random friend who's never messaged you for 3 years is asking you, is now the time to get into crypto? This is that moment. You're starting to get that moment. I still think we're not quite at that peak extreme greed. I still think there's a lot more to go. But we're there, right? We are there. This is not a bear market. This is not a boring middle market either. We're in what I think, the early to mid innings of a bull run. And I think you can clearly see that. We're at all-time highs here on Bitcoin, which is great. We're close to it, obviously, with 100K, with a little pullback here over the last kind of couple of days. But we're looking good. Now, in terms of altcoins are going to be okay. You're having a little bit of a pullback, like I said, but that's normal. Bitcoin needs to consolidate, needs to go on its next leg up, and you will see altcoins start to move. In terms of these dumps, like I said, can you imagine if Bitcoin wants to pull back seriously? I mean, like 10, 15, 20% like I showed you. If it wants to pull back, your altcoins are going to get wrecked. I think sometimes when you get these exciting moves like we've got over the last kind of couple of weeks here on crypto, people think these altcoins are invincible. It's because they have crazy, crazy green days. But equivalently, they can have crazy, crazy red days, right? That's the reason you invest in altcoins. They have crazy volatility. Just like they can go up really fast, they can come down really, really fast, which is why you don't want to be chasing. Whether it's something like Phantom, where I was telling people don't chase it at the tops. People were chasing in at 139. Why? You would have picked up a buy yesterday on Phantom at 97 cents, back under $1 again. You've got to be patient, even with your favorite coins. Let's say you're chasing Pepe. Why are you chasing Pepe when you could have called it as low today as 22.10? You got to wait for those pullbacks, right? Which we made a video on, guys, yesterday, fell as low on as $3. Back up today, back to 3.9, right? So these are the opportunities you get if you're smart, if you set yourself limit orders, if you're patient with your buys. And right now, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm not chasing this market. I still think we can get more of a pullback. We've got Middle East tensions. We've got the CPI reading tomorrow, which is very, very important. Remember, this market is pricing in that way. We want a rate cut as of the next meeting, which is on December the 18th, 8 days from now, okay? So we're exactly 1 week from now, we get the next FOMC meeting. This market firmly believes we're going to get a rate cut. If we want a rate cut, we need the inflation figures tomorrow, the CPI reading, to come in our favor. And I will produce an update video for you guys as and when that data comes out. As always, if you appreciate these videos, smash up the likes. Do not forget to subscribe. Don't get shaken up by this stuff, guys. No need to panic. All of this is perfectly normal. If you're new to crypto, welcome to the volatility. Get used to it. It happens. And I'll remind you of this. Yesterday, we saw $231 billion leave crypto yesterday, right? 6.4% of the market cap. It was a painful day, but this happens. And again, this could pull back some more. I mean, look at the chart pattern here. This was the breakout. Maybe it wants to come back to support and retest the $3 trillion because we created a new high. This is a new record high of the amount of money in crypto, and maybe it wants to come retest the 3 trillion level mark. Either way, we're heading in the right direction. You can see, let's look at total 3, which excludes Bitcoin and Ethereum. We've still not touched all-time highs, okay? So, sorry, here, this one. We've still not touched all-time highs on total 2, which excludes Ethereum, which leads me to believe, excludes Bitcoin, has Ethereum included, which leads me to believe that I think Ethereum could be setting itself up for a big run. Still off all-time highs, right? You can see total 2, still off all-time highs, but everything else has touched all-time highs. Bitcoin has broke its all-time high. The total market cap of crypto has broke its all-time high. Total 3, which excludes Bitcoin and Ethereum, has touched its previous all-time high. Just total 2, which includes Ethereum, hasn't touched its all-time high, nor has Ethereum touched its all-time high as well. So that's definitely one to watch. I think a lot of people sleep on Ethereum. Whenever I see good opportunities to buy Ethereum, I try my best to do it. You guys know here on this channel, as much as I love altcoins, I want to look for those 10x, 15x altcoins. I'm a proponent of eating your veg. Having Bitcoin, having Ethereum, because they're the steady grinders. Are they going to make you rich overnight? No. But are they going to make you poor overnight? Unlikely as well, right? Hopefully you enjoyed this video, guys. Don't forget to smash the likes. Don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.